Okay, there we go. Yeah, now we're live.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I know normally Shane is used to this, but
Yeah. Welcome to a Sunday live stream of 5 Idiots Talking Toys. I'm John. There's Brandon. There's Chris. We got 10 people up in here.
And only three
so far.
idiots.
Huh? We only have 3 idiots tonight.
Well, Looks like it's only going to be 3 idiots because I can't. Well, I'm failing at getting a fourth. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Currently, we'll see what happens.
The typical idiots, 2 of the typical idiots have, I guess,
Their family stuff going on.
family stuff.
It's 4th of July. It's 4th of July week, so a lot of traveling.
Don't make excuses for them.
So how you guys doing?
Oh, just great. I'm sitting here with a 6-pack of Amstel Light, ready for the live show.
Yeah.
You don't really drink, John, ever. I don't think you've ever drank on the show.
I haven't drunk on the show, but I just drink occasionally, not very much. Not very often. Hey, there's the 4th idiot.
There we go. Number 4.
You scared me.
Good night.
What are you doing?
I can't sleep.
Okay, good night. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry about that.
No, that's good. That's good. Brandon's in an undisclosed location.
Yeah.
Cheers.
No matter where Brandon is, he's always still able to get a drink in.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
I just sent someone a request to hop on, John, so if you see someone trying to get on.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Adam said he might be able to jump on too. I don't know.
Okay,
He said he
cool.
doesn't have a webcam, but
We're going to try and get both Adams on.
yeah, we'll see.
Oh, Adam squared.
He might have a phone, or I don't know. I don't know what he's doing.
So everybody's been busy this summer. Oh, do what?
Just accept whoever comes on.
Okay. So everybody's been busy this summer, I know. I get it. I totally get it. But so we don't really have a topic for tonight. I think we kicked around some ideas of maybe doing a pet peeves. Possibly.
The problem is that we kick around 30 ideas and then we never settle on an actual idea.
We never settle on an actual one. Yes, Cody Shepard is right. Everything is
falling apart. What do you mean?
What do you mean, Cody?
Drama in the face
of
the world.
I mean that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of drama going on.
Drama in what? In the collecting world, in our world, and what?
I think it's there's drama everywhere, but yeah, in the collecting world.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into drama in our world. I mean, we can get into drama in our world. We can give a little peek behind the scenes as to what's going on here. But
are we able to take this music off still?
Is the music still going?
Yeah.
Oh,
John,
see, I'm not used to doing that stuff, so.
Oh, my God.
Hang on a second.
Brandon, fire him, please. Fire him.
Fired.
The music's still going. Okay. Let's see. Where's the music? Stop
There
it.
should be a button that says off. There you go.
I got it. Thank you.
Perfect.
I can't even hear it. Uh-oh. We have a special guest to add.
Oh, let's see here.
Mr. Adam Chitwood.
Oh, you look like
He's laying in bed.
I am.
There he is.
I'm in Florida on vacation. Like I'm.
Oh, yeah. I love it. And he's jumping on the show.
Yeah.
I was like, "What is this link to?" I'll do it. I don't care.
He actually reminds me right now at a hotel in Nashville doing a room sale. Are you doing
Wait, there's room
room
sales
sales?
He looks like he's at the Econo Lodge doing a room sale.
Yeah.
We'll leave the light on for you. It's Super 8.
Nice.
Are you on vacation with the family or what?
Yeah, we're just down here in Destin, Florida.
Oh, nice.
I got my look at the A. Wait,
There we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
John, we
All
got to
right.
go to the game, man.
I know we
Alabama.
need to. I would love to go.
Alabama,
Again. I'm wearing my Seven Dust Braves shirt.
Nice.
Yeah.
Evan, doesn't that shit give you like cancer or something?
I'm wearing my
You listen to
Bahamas
it.
shirt.
If you listen to it at too many decibels, yeah, I'm sure. But yeah.
So what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the drama going on in the Facebook world?
Ooh, there's drama.
Oh.
Hot.
Oh,
Kyle says so much drama.
yeah, we
Star Wars
should,
Daddy's no drama with him.
we should talk about the Hawk Tua girl.
Yeah, why not, right?
What?
I watched that cleaning video like 30 times.
It's so funny.
That was a good job of John. He makes the video and then he sends it out and he's like, "Would you be all right with this?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah! You don't need to ask. Just post that. Go ahead."
Uh-oh.
How many views do we have?
Do what?
Matt? How many views do we have on that video?
Only like 570. I don't know what's going on with that.
I'm like 480 of those. Sorry.
We got to be like those guys that are on YouTube. My son was watching a show on YouTube a couple weeks ago. I remember, and there was these like younger guys, and they're like, for 300K likes, we'll go and do this. It's just like, oh, okay. Is that all we have to do for 300,000 likes? Is
I'll do
to
it. YouTube shorts are so weird. Like we'll put out like a really cool short and it'll get like 100 views. And then John will put out the most stupidest thing and it gets 5,000.
yeah,
I'm
it's like some interview with Mark Hamill from 50 years ago, and it gets 5,000, 6,000 views.
Yeah, it's insane. I don't understand it.
I don't get it.
It was the other two idiots tonight.
Well,
They're on vacation.
they're just
That was
they're-
huge.
Exactly.
it's part of the drama.
Part of the drama.
Part of the drama. And we have a fifth person joining us tonight, so it'll be 5 idiots talking toys.
All right.
Mr. Adam Gothard, all the way from Greenville, Tennessee.
Look at that. What's that thing behind you?
That is a Tiberius.
Not that.
That is a 3D printer.
Oh my god.
That is one of my 3 3D printers.
And it's it's going. It's moving.
Oh yeah, you guys want to see it?
What are you?
Yeah.
You making some more alien figures?
I am
Making,
right now. I'm making
Oh.
Oh my
shit.
gosh.
Yodas.
What size is that? How big is that? Like 6
That's gonna
inch?
be the 12-inch scale.
Okay.
And I'm working right now. I'm trying to figure out the filament for the squishable, movable snakes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well,
So
you have one buyer.
it's making. That one's making snakes. This one's making. Yeah, that one's making feet for Darth Vader's. And this one right here is over on this side right here is he's offline for a few hours because that's making I'm getting ready to set that one up for prune faces.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Prune face?
Look at this.
Oh,
Yoda and prune face.
I
Just
just
gotta really
I just
juice
woke
this
up. I've been sleeping for the last 3 weeks. I finally
You
woke
hear
up.
that? Gotta really juice this up, Chris.
Damn.
I thought you were going to have one. This one over here is working on Lobot's butt.
Yeah. Hmm.
Got to get that disco butt.
Yep.
Wow, I'm impressed. That Yoda's very impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I probably got the canes yesterday, so that's what he's going to look like right there. So
Nice.
pretty good.
Are you making different color snakes?
Yeah, I've got brown too, so I'll make some brown too. And then I'm also working on the large printer. Actually, will be after I get the other filament taken care of. It'll be making full sized.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, so this is a prototype of Hans. So yeah,
Is that a
Is it a V5?
is that
Yeah.
repo?
it's
Is
all
that
black.
V2, blah,
Is
blah,
Is that
blah.
repo?
Is it solid black? It's solid,
Solid
black,
black.
right? Yeah, solid black.
Nice.
So now
I believe
our Yoda accessories, are they all factory correct?
I'm gonna guess. Yeah, pretty close.
Okay.
Yeah,
People get really upset over that. I just
they
wanna make
do.
sure.
They do.
Yeah.
Are they Sprinkle Factory or Cupcake Factory? Which one?
Oh, those are total sprinkles. Total sprinkles. Yeah.
Well, that's
So,
awesome.
I have a question that I wanted to ask.
Okay.
It has to do with some of the drama that's going on in the Facebook world, and Adam Chitwood will be able to answer a lot of it too, because you're also an admin on the IC. When it comes to look, it takes the glasses off of
You
this.
might want to put your glasses down for this one.
Okay.
How do
Yeah,
you
it is
guys
bright.
feel about political discussions or anything political being brought into like the Star Wars world? If someone makes a post saying something or regarding something, and then all the comments just start getting political, are you guys like for that, or are you
As
against
in-
that?
Like U.S. politics? Are we talking like that kind of stuff, or just
Yeah,
political?
no, we're talking like
No,
presidential, Trump, Biden stuff,
Keep that shit out of here.
Republican,
I mean,
Democrat.
we get that
Shut it
shit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss.
Are you sure you're not talking about the episode 1 political stuff that was going on with no?
What?
The Acolyte?
We get that stuff forced down our throats, and we're going to until God knows when. Leave it out. We get enough of it in the normal day to day.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah,
I agree.
I'm hoping the con is going to be like that also. I want the con to be when everybody's together to be talking about toys and what we're doing and what we're buying and what we're selling, and not what's going to happen a month from now.
Yeah, if we're not talking about Trade Federation and the Nubians, I'm not interested.
What's a Nubian?
It just seems like I can't go on any of the groups right now, and it's like a lot of them, they just have political stuff constantly going on, and I'm like, why is this being brought into a Star Wars hobby? Like, why is this constantly being brought up constantly? And I'm not even talking about just Acolyte, just other stuff. in general,
Okay. I see where you're going now.
Yeah.
So
Haven't watched it. I probably eventually will, but just
The problem is that social media allows for anything to be said, and people are very opinionated, and they tend to bring all those comments into Facebook, and they bring those comments into the posts, unfortunately. And I don't know why people bring those comments into a sales page or
yeah,
a Facebook group that's like the IC, which is mainly for selling and for passing information, right? I just don't understand why. I mean, it has no place for religion or political views. Like, if you don't discuss it at the dinner table, you should discuss it in a public forum like that. I just don't get it.
and we try to weed all that on the IC. I haven't seen. I don't know if something got through or I haven't.
it's not really. Yeah, it wasn't really you guys. It's other groups, so to say. But at least you are behind the scenes handling things, so sometimes you might be able to see it also.
Yeah, the stuff we have to take down or the people try to get in. I mean, it's a 365-day-a-week thing. I mean, it's nonstop. I mean, you guys probably have the same thing on your Facebook page as well.
Well,
I mean,
We're not posting, but
not
people
really. I mean, we don't have anybody posting, obviously, because
Right.
that's the whole point, is that we don't let anybody in, and we've been pretty good with that. But we don't allow that sort of stuff on there because it takes away from the whole page, and we don't want to deal with that.
I did a sales post about a week ago, and someone like answered a question, and before I was able to answer it, someone else jumped in and answered it, and they answered it with a GIF of Trump, let's say, right? And it's just a funny thing. It was like a yes or no question, and he answered it with a yes or no GIF. And then someone reached out to me like 2 days later, and they were like, "I thought you don't like political stuff on your sales post." And I'm like, really? I'm like, which one? I'm like, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. And then he goes, "Oh, someone left, a GIF of Trump." And I'm like, I don't really care about that. I'm like, I'm not really talking about that. I'm talking more along the lines when people are commenting and putting actual pictures and stuff like that. And he was like, well, I don't like seeing it. And I'm like, now I feel like now we're going too far. It's just like,
I mean, you're an adult, ignore it. I mean, unless it's just blatantly some over the top.
No, it was literally a yes or no thing, and it was just him saying correct.
So
That's
I mean,
all
there's
it was.
no,
He said correct.
none of us are doing that
No.
in response. So like I thought about certain ways of responding, and when I want to say correct, the one of Trump always comes up because it.
Of
that's
course,
what we know for saying.
you just type the word correct in, it's the first
And it's
one
like
that comes up.
25 of him, and then there's one of like I don't know, somebody else. So it pops up and you put it on there, and I've thought twice about putting that on there because that's not something that we want to do for the page. So we try to leave it out.
I was just a little taken back that someone actually messaged me to tell me that they were annoyed by seeing it, and it wasn't even. It wasn't by any of us. It was just by someone else of him saying correct, and I'm like,
not surprised.
I'm like, there needs to be a line drawn somewhere. I don't really think that was pushing any line whatsoever. But if you feel that, then sorry. What do you want me to do?
No. Hey, it's ironic that I'm on here today because yesterday on the way down, driving from Georgia to Florida, I even did a screenshot because I was going to make a post about it. I was getting caught up on the show. This is what I listened to all the way down.
Well, nice. See, we appreciate that, Adam.
Nice. Yeah.
Somebody's listening.
And we also appreciate this. Thank you, Star. Thank you, Daddy.
Thank you, Daddy.
Thanks, Daddy. Can you please make John?
I will. Yeah, I can do gray. I got plenty of gray. Dark gray or light gray?
Dark gray. It's blue gray.
Just make sure, John, that Adam gets a cut of $2 and Adam gets a cut of $2. Just add that into the payroll.
Okay. After YouTube, after Google gets their cut, it'll be like what, 38 cents.
It's about after they take taxes out. So I think they take out half and then they tax the half.
Yeah,
so,
correct.
John,
where's my gift? Correct. Why didn't people make one of me?
Oh, don't ask that because I'll do it. I've done it before. I'll do it again.
Yeah. I got them all saved.
Left Coast Graphics wants to know if Canadian
don't get me started. Okay. Don't get me started there.
I mean,
you don't have to kick me off the show.
If someone even started talking about it, I would have no idea if they're talking about Acolyte or Canadian politics. Like I wouldn't know because I don't watch or pay attention to either one of them. So
correct.
We don't release prisoners from Gitmo.
Oh man, yeah. I think everybody's way too touchy-feely these days when it comes to even just
I mean, everyone has an opinion, which is fine, but you don't have to express your opinion every single time.
Yeah, exactly.
You can hold it back.
I think people think that that's what this computer's for and this phone's for, is so everyone hears your opinion.
It's keyboard warriors that.
Exactly.
That sit there and they push all this information on social media instead of saying it to people's faces because they're too afraid of getting.
Spot on.
Face, right? So, I mean, that's what it is. People hide behind the screen and hide behind their keyboards, and they feel untouchable to release that. And you know what? You're entitled to your opinion. You can say whatever you want, but you just need to leave it out of. And if there's a political Facebook group, go right ahead. But I don't think it belongs in toy groups where people are just trying to enjoy the hobby.
Especially not a sales page, or a sales post.
No,
there's no purpose. There's no purpose. You're never going to change somebody's mind, whether they're left or right. All it is just to agitate people. It don't matter which side you're on. Leave it alone. Leave it somewhere else.
Yeah. I watch some of these battles go on and how into it they get, and then they start getting personal. And I say the same thing every time. I go, no one is changing their mind ever by any of these discussions. What is the point of having them?
Yeah.
It's just so people can be heard. I mean, and it's just so they can be heard.
Yeah, it's no different than like taking over a somebody else's sales post with just junk in the comments, or selling something. Somebody goes, well, I've got this also under a sales post. It's very similar to that type of behavior mentality.
That was one of the episodes I listened to yesterday. Was how to hijack a.
We actually do the how how to do that, so that way you can do it.
I only paid $4 for that 10
Yeah.
years ago.
Is that what it's selling for now? I'm going to sell mine.
I have 15 of them. I should sell them now.
Yeah.
DM me on the side. I have a bunch if you're looking for more.
Mine's nicer. I should sell it for even more.
Yeah. I can tell you on Rogue 5, if you try to sell in the comments in response to one of our sales posts,
Automatic ban.
Yeah. It's actually happened, I would say, once or twice with my sales posts where I'll sell something. And you guys know I am really quick to turn off comments.
I know.
You have to be.
Really
You have
quick.
to be.
Yeah.
And I missed this one by like a minute or two. And all of a sudden someone responds and goes, I have one for the same price. Message me. Automatically booted him. Gone. Didn't even tell him. Gone. Get out of here. I didn't even know who the guy was. I don't even care.
Yeah, it took me a long time to get back on the page after that.
Yeah, sorry
Jeez.
about that.
Poor Shane.
I think it was.
Yeah, well, Chris was selling an apron, and Shane's like, I have 15 aprons. Message me, and I'll sell you one with a couple stains on it for less.
With those Bill Clinton stains. Or that's just politics. My bad.
Oh, wait. It just got political.
Yeah. No,
Let's
I didn't
see.
know his dress was blue.
Cody. There's Cody Shepard. How's it going, Cody? Wait. I told you earlier, right? Yeah. Okay.
That would be correct.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that it's impossible to please everybody. You try and do the right thing, whether it may actually be right or it's wrong, but your intent is to do the right thing. No one ever says, exactly what's the right thing, but you try and be good.
I've seen Chris's post before where you've sold something for an amazing price, and of course it sells within seconds to minutes, and then someone else gets upset like a minute later in the comments. Oh, I missed it again, or just like on the like a accessory sale where it's going to have to go on for more than a few minutes. It's going to be up for 30 minutes to an hour before everything sells or something. You can't make everyone happy. It's just impossible.
And you want to know what the best part about it is? That's just what you see on the sales post in the seconds. Picture the messages I get. Do you have any more?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
barrage of comments, and
I have 9 more down here in the basement that I just made last night on the 3D printer. I got you. Don't worry.
Yep.
Well, what's funny is that people message me knowing that I have more. Well,
No, but I can make some.
they're like, do you have any more of those? And I'm like, yeah, actually, I have 8 more. Watch your sales page. How the fuck do you have 8? And I was like, well, whatever.
It's
Even
different.
Chris, you even said that when I had a bunch of Taiwan bobas. You're like, are you making those in the garage? I'm like,
yeah. I know you. You probably have a whole sock of them. They're not even in a Ziploc bag. You probably have them in a sock, and there's like swinging around in your room, just 100 of them in a sock. But like, I'm not even talking about like a regular sales post. I'm talking about like when I do like my Sunday steals, and Sunday steals is basically I get collections in, I sell everything off, I make my profit, I'm happy with everything, and whatever's left over that didn't sell, I like to wait to the end of the week, and I like to just put it at a really low price, get rid of it, make someone happy, because now I'm on to the next collection, right?
Yeah.
So when I sell it, depending on what it is, people will still always message me and be like, I'll have one too. I'm like, they're 45 years old. I don't just have 2 sitting around here. Like, sorry. And then someone will actually even say, it's always the same people getting it. I'm like, let me know. I'm like, well, it wouldn't be called a Sunday steal if I let you know.
yeah, I mean, buy better internet. I don't know. Spend all day on your phone looking for it. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, well, let's get some of these questions here. People are asking tons of questions, which is good. Keep things
give us
moving
some.
along here. What are you guys' reaction on the Jeff Jacob collection sale announcement?
2 reactions. 1, shocked. that he's selling everything. But I'm excited for it. There's a few things I would like to. I know I'll be bidding on, but I don't know. Hakes is a weird one. I mean, some things go cheap, some things go way higher than you would think. But you really got to just you need to be there live to see when the sales are ending to get good deals.
Did they say when the sale is going to be?
I haven't heard. It's going to take them a while to catalog.
2025.
Is it? Yeah.
2025. I'm just trying to figure out when.
So that was going to be the other question was, do you think, I know it's going to take a long time. It's already 2024. We're halfway through. But do you think waiting till 2025, because this collection is not going to be one sale. It has to be many, I would think, sales throughout the year.
Oh, my gosh. His collection is so massive.
Yeah. But do you think waiting even longer is good with just the way the market's been?
Well, I think two things. Adam, I'm on the opposite end of this. I'm not surprised. And I think that, yes, it will. Well, we'll see how it goes in 2025. But I mean, it's going to take too long to get all that stuff documented to put it in a 2024 auction, I think, right?
Yeah.
How many auctions do they do? Once a quarter?
It depends. I've seen them go month to month or.
Yeah. I mean, I would say in the past, it used to be once or twice. Then it was quarterly. It's they're kind of doing it as inventory comes in.
They're trying to do. They're trying to market it as much as they can, right? So,
they do so many auctions. I mean, it's not just the toys. I mean, they're doing political buttons. They're doing antiques and all kinds of comics, video games.
I mean, I think it gives people a chance also to save money because this is probably going to be the most ridiculous sale ever coming up.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy some, and I'm going to have them graded as the Jeff Jacobs find
collection.
Okay. Oh, the find. Yeah,
fine. It's going to be fine.
Yeah,
no
fine.
Jeff Jacobs find.
Yeah.
Sure
he is keeping his loose graded collection. I did see that.
Yeah, he's keeping something. He's just selling the mocks, right?
He's selling the mocks, like the 3-packs and all that stuff, and like all of his vehicles and all the play sets. But he did make another video. I want to say he made another video that I saw, and he kept all his loose graded, and I think he has like 800-900 pieces of that just alone, and then all of his loose stuff.
So Adam, I mean, another thing there is that what I said I'm not really surprised is that, I mean, the guy, he's got a lot of room and he's got the place to display it and all that. I think he's selling his house. Maybe that's why, because he mentioned
his house. Yeah, he said he's selling his house.
He said that he will turn that room into whatever the new buyer wants. So I'm assuming that he's selling his house and doing that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think everybody kind of goes through this sort of thing where I was looking at all the stuff that I had, and I'm like, dude, I just don't have the room for, 3-box AT-ATs and a bunch of Millennium Falcons and an Imperial Shuttle. Like, I'm happy with my loose stuff and my mocks because they're small. Especially the loose stuff. It's small. It's very, like Chris had all those on display behind him back before he sold everything, and it was all his loose stuff, right, Chris? I mean, it was some mocks. But you never had really any vehicles and boxes, but it's a lot.
I had the vehicles loose graded.
Yeah, the smaller ones, right?
No, I had the bigger ones too. Like a Tie Interceptor, and I had I had a lot of them.
Yeah.
I had a Slave One. They were all loose graded.
You didn't have an Imperial Shuttle in a box graded behind.
I did not have an Imperial Shuttle. No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking massive vehicles and place sets that are.
The Imperial Shuttle stays on my nightstand upstairs next to my wife.
It is your nightstand.
Yes. I
wonder if he's getting bored with it. I mean, I don't know. I bought a huge collection up in Tennessee a month or so back, and the guy had a massive collection. It was a very nice collection. But he collected for 10, 15, 20 years, and he decided he wanted something new. So he's sold all Star Wars he had, and now he's going to do G.I. Joe. And he's just had a huge room upstairs in his home, and he's got a big layout. He's going to buy a USS Flag and put that and build all around it. He said he was bored with it. He wanted to do something new.
Yeah,
I really do believe that a lot of people collect it, for the nostalgia and the love of it, growing up as a kid, yada yada yada. There's also a lot of people that just collect stuff because they're freaking bored, and it gives them stuff to learn, like a new line to learn this, and I'm going to collect that and all this stuff. And I think that's why a lot of people do it also.
I think that was a big
Yeah,
reason why.
people always get tired of looking at it after they've collected it all. They're like, I got it all. Now what's
Yeah.
next?
Yeah, I think it was a big reason it was so popular was people were bored.
Yeah.
For multiple reasons, and now that's over, people aren't as bored. So I think that's one of the multiple reasons that the market kind of dipped way down afterwards.
True.
Our dad has a huge baseball card collection. He's 78. He's been collecting cards for like 50 years. And he has like most of like the top sets from like the 50s and 60s where it's every single card is graded. And he's on these websites where he's like number 9 in the world of highest graded sets ever for certain years. And he just told me the other day that he's started selling his cards. He's getting rid of all of them. And I'm like, really? I said, you've been collecting for 50 years. I honestly thought you were going to just, pass away and leave them to us. And he was like, no. He's like, I'm getting rid of them. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
why,
yeah.
why hold on to cards and
I mean, one of the sets alone, he got offered, I want to say $120,000 for one set because every card was graded. And
that's crazy. I mean,
I will take it.
How big a box is that going to be for them to be every card graded? Good grief.
A lot. It's a lot. So it feels like now is the time where a lot of people are kind of just selling stuff and getting rid of it for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, all collectors. I mean, my dad's almost around the same age, and he's just like, I don't need this stuff anymore. Like, what am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
I wonder if I'll get that way. Like, it's time to sell.
I'm holding out for all the old people to die so I can get all the good stuff.
I'm waiting for one of my kids to move out so I can have another room to start collecting more shit in.
Oh yeah.
That
will never happen, trust me, because they're like, no, we need to keep the room the same in case they come and visit.
Yeah, exactly.
Grandkids.
Here's another toy-related question. What do you think about the new Black Series Destroyer Droid and Super Battle Droid that's coming out?
I don't know modern.
Yeah,
I know we're a toy podcast, but I have no clue about any of this.
John, how do you feel about that?
I haven't seen them.
John will know because he searches for these things at every Walmart between Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and Georgia.
Just the superpowers. Yeah, I don't think I know anything about it. If somebody wants to send me,
here I'll ask Gary. Gary, I have a question to your question. Are you buying the new HasLab Cantina?
I do know that one.
I mean, if he's asking you a question about these things that we've never heard of, I'm going to say yes, he's 100% buying it.
It has 9 days or 8 days now, and it's not funded yet. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think there are a lot of people who are anti-Cantina.
Well, the thing is there's a lot of people
enormous.
Well, it's expensive, but if you think about it, if you put all the pieces together of all the other cantinas that have come out, like they've released separate cantina parts on Power of the Force 2-ish, card backs with like you buy these guys and it comes with like a piece of the cantina. You guys seen that before?
Yeah.
And I think people have built their own cantinas and customized their own cantinas. So if you think about it, because I asked another guy the same thing. I was like, hey, look, why is this cantina so expensive? And why are people, you expect it's going to get funded? He's like, yeah, I think it'll get funded, but it costs around $400 to put a cantina together on just pieces and parts alone. If you were to like print out all the cups and the tables and all the cantina pieces that were released, you're probably looking at $300 or $400 to put one together anyway. So if you're going to buy one from HasLab and it comes with walls and it comes with extra figures that were never released before, they seem to think that it will get funded. But I don't know. We're at 6,300 yesterday as of around the same time today, and you need 1,700 more to get it funded. I don't know if it'll get funded, but we'll see.
What are they charging? How much?
It's 400 for the cantina plus an extra 100 if you want an extra wall and some chairs and cups, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the only 2 figures are the two women, right?
Yeah.
Sisters or whatever.
This is Tonica twins.
Yeah.
And people are buying it for that because I think they're never released. Is what I read. I don't know.
You hear like a bird in the background?
Is that your printer, Adam? Going
What's
nuts? Is that your
Yeah.
printer going beep 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 beep
Yeah.
beep beep beep? Oh.
Adam has a Gawk droid in the back making noise.
Let's see.
Or
Here's
YouTube back there.
in relation to the drama. Here's a question from Brian Steiner. What do you think of the 2 gray limb troopers that have sold and the controversy surrounding them this week?
I'm not. What's? I haven't heard anything about it.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
They're on the deal or no deal.
Deal, no
site.
deal.
Are you familiar with the gray limbed snow trooper?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So those popped up again. I think a couple of years ago, somebody sold one on there. They're dark gray limbs. People, and there was like the jury was out on as if it is it degradation or were they actually produced that way. And I don't think anybody knows. Maybe somebody that's listening knows more than us, but
I mean, I've had some that had some grayish limbs, but I always considered it degradation.
no,
These
I
were-
mean
these were
are painted.
dark
They were
gray.
dark gray. They were
Yeah.
they're painted.
Yeah.
They're blaster gray.
It's obvious. You look at this and you're like, wow, what is going on here?
I mean, from what I remember reading, they said that it was real like years ago, from what I heard. That it's a real thing. Now, whether it is or not, like I have no idea. But I do know that like when I first saw it pop up like 5 years or so ago, a lot of people were saying that it was like a real thing.
And
But-
one, I don't know what it sold for recently, but another one popped up for sale, hoping to get the same price, I bet.
But
It
one
sounds like
sold
a-
for 1,500.
Yeah, it
Is
sold
that
for
what
a
it sold for?
ton. Yeah. I think it was €1,500 if I read it right. Because
Oh, okay.
I'm not on the deal no deal group. You guys
Oh,
know
yeah.
I,
So it's like
I
$5.
hate it. So
Well, I'm an admin on that page, but I don't remember seeing it.
Maybe it was the normal deal or no deal. Are you the
no, not on the IC deal no
No.
deal.
Dennis Hall.
Yeah.
other one?
The regular deal no deal, Adam.
Okay.
Now, I guess the kicker would be if they all had the same COO, right? They have to have a certain COO to be genuine gray limbed or whatever, I'm sure.
I mean, Shane and Adam are Shane's painting them and Adam's printing them right now. So
I'll start mine off at $20. So I can do like 50. So, you know,
Here's something that definitely happens in the hobby a lot is that, most of us have been around for a while collecting, and a lot of people have been around even longer. And a lot of these things have already been debunked. And then out of nowhere, there'll be some new collector who started last year, and he'll swear by this one variant, passing it around that it's real. Then he gets like a whole crowd of people behind him, all swearing that it's real. And everyone's just looking at you like we knew that was fake 19 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, a lot of it's degradation, which degradation is not a variant to me, but
no.
do I believe some of it, should carry a premium? Absolutely, because some of the stuff looks cool, like especially in the capes, like the squid, different colors of capes. If you like those types of things, which I do, yeah, it carries a premium, but it's
Like the
very
square and the-
produced by Kenner.
Yeah.
I am a big proponent of saying, as long as you say it's degradation, I don't care. I don't care what it sells for. You want to list it for $150 and someone buys it, I'm all for it. Don't matter to me, but just label it correctly. Don't say it's a variant. Don't say it's real. Just say it's degradation, because you know what? Maybe only one of those will happen that way out of thousands.
Right.
And it does look cool. Again, and even sometimes I look at it and I go, wow, I want that. But just label it correctly so no one knows that they're being tricked or fooled, and I don't care what it sells for. It's not up to us.
The golden Death Star droid.
Yeah.
The Golden Death Star droid.
Yeah.
The golden Death Star droid, the Ugnaught with the blue,
Or the
Ugnaught with the blue smock.
the turquoise Dengar.
Turquoise.
Yeah.
Well, I remember back in the day, the ones that I remember. I do remember Short V, and nobody believes me, but I remember Short V for back in the day.
God,
Hang on.
John. No one remembers that because we weren't born back then. That's
John.
why.
Yeah.
John, that is
I
not
remember-
degradation. So you mean to tell me that Gonk droid's degradation?
Can I finish?
Yeah, exactly.
So I remember the Short V. I remember
Red Bar.
Fat Lips Bosk. I remember a Lipstick Boba Fett. These are all
Lipstick
things
Boba
that I
Fett.
heard years ago, and then have surfaced back up, cyclically, like every year or two, something pops back up. Green Limb Chewy.
Mhm.
This stuff I remember from the 90s.
My God, this stuff. You mean to tell me that was so long ago that the Green Limbs Chewy was already Green Limbs?
Yeah.
back in the
Yeah.
90s?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
John's right on that. When I was in high school, this is how long this was. I was in a comic shop, and the guy was selling a Green Limbs Chewy loose for like, I don't know, $40-$50, and we were all like, "What? That's craziness!" But yeah.
Well,
That's
I believe it now because I've seen some of these modern figures that are being released right now, like the Biker Scout. It's notorious for yellowing torsos, and some of these modern figures that they're releasing, like in the vintage collection and stuff like, already have yellow torsos on some of those figures.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I believe it now. I guess it's true. Back in the 90s, there already was degradation, and
well, even back in the day, if any other collectors that are old school collectors or whatever are watching and can will vouch for this, the Emperor in a baggie was one of the most sought after figures in that era. He was $500 in the
What?
90s.
I don't remember that, but I remember.
Yeah, I never heard that either.
Wow.
Hey,
That was
Chris,
one of the
Like, if you look at his old Toy Fair magazines and
go
look at
ask
the
Willie
old,
Nelson. Willie Nelson's 91. He was around back then. You go ask him what.
if you look in the old Toy
John
Fair
Walden.
magazines, and if you look in the old Toy Fair magazines and look in the old,
Lee's toy review.
if you look at some of those old toy review magazines, that was one of the most sought after figures was the Emperor in a baggie.
We're bringing it back. Let's go.
I mean,
But he's $50 now for Emperor in a baggie?
it's like $50.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
I grew up with Lee's toy review. That's what I had. That was my checklist. I still have the same book with my checklist, and I posted on the group literally from like the 90s when I was buying my figures. So when I go by that list, that's what I go by in my brain.
Yeah.
There's no Short V Gonk. It was never on there. So to me, it's not real.
But was there a Red Bar R5?
There was. Not in the beginning, but towards the end. I've heard of the Red Bar since like the late 90s.
Yeah.
I've heard of the Red Bar since.
I hadn't. I didn't
What
know
about
about it.
the extra long Red Rocket Boba Fett?
Red Rocket.
The mushroom tip Red Rocket.
I mean, but most of the time it was always like Yoda orange, Yoda brown, Luke Jedi green, Luke Jedi blue.
Vinyl
that-
Jabba.
Yeah, that was like most of the stuff.
Right.
And then as the years went on, they would add a few more here and there, but like, it's with the amount of variants we have now, forget about it. You would need 19 pages.
Yeah, I mean I'll come across a figure because I buy collections all the time that I'll see something that this looks weird, so I'll ask, and most times it's degradation, but I still ask the question because last thing I want to do is sell a figure for $5 when it's something that's never been seen or.
Well, I tend to keep multiples of the ones I've never seen before. So
you have to remember, like, these things are 45 years old. You don't know where it's been sitting and where it's been stored for the last 45 years. It's been somewhere. It's not like it just reappeared or just got made. it's been somewhere. It's been sitting in a urinal at a gas station for 20 years, being peed on. I don't know where it's been, but it's been somewhere.
I mean,
so
and most of these were bought back, in collections back in the 90s, right? So a lot of these are coming from people that have collected back then.
Yeah.
I get stuff in all the time. I get the most filthiest things. It looks like this thing's been sitting like in oil for the last 9 years. And I look at this thing and I don't even want to touch it. I just want to throw it away. It's just filthy because you don't know where these things have been.
I got one of these G.I. Joe vehicles with the wheels. The wheels are the worst. And I'm looking at this vehicle and it's got hair all up in the thing. I'm like, this is gross. I took him through in the trash.
Yeah.
Sorry, Adam.
I've gotten collections that's had like rat crap all like into the ships and stuff like that. But
yeah.
I've had dead cockroaches in the boxes.
Oh.
And then I realized that, and like I didn't even know this was a thing until my wife told me. So cockroaches come from cardboard boxes. Apparently, if you have a lot of cockroaches around, like roaches.
Cockroaches.
Cockroaches.
They come from like a lot of boxes and cardboard sitting around. I didn't know that, so I started checking them when I get these collections in, and I've been finding, dead ones. And no, like dead ones actually in the box, and I can't tell my wife that. If she knows that, she'll flip out.
So
ships, you find them.
I went to a flea market, flea market a while ago, and I'm like looking at through these guys like loose figures or whatever, and I'm just like looking at them like, and I look down on the table and there's these like dead bugs and crap and I'm like, I tossed it right back in and I was like, I need to go straight to the bathroom and wash my hands. It's so gross. And it's just like the filth that these figures come from, and you got to remember these things were played with by kids back a million years ago, and they're John's age, and they were playing with these figures, and then just leave them in these boxes, and then the cockroaches come out and they get all over,
Oh,
but even inside mocks, sealed mocks, have you guys seen them inside sealed mocks?
Yeah.
Because
I've seen like a little boll weevils inside mocks.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask you, what is that little worm thing called that you always find in them?
it has the little thing.
We've always-
That's what you call them?
Boll weevils, what we always called them down south.
Okay. I've seen that a lot.
Degradation worms.
And I'm always like, where the hell does that come from? How does that happen?
I mean, they were stored with a lot of moisture somewhere. Something dark and with a lot of moisture.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless it was.
I don't know, man.
Sometimes I think Gertrude messed with us and she would just stick one in, hoping to hatch it over the next 40 years.
Well, you say that, and I've had multiple mocks with hair that have been inside the mock with the hair like that is sealed with the plastic on top.
Yeah, I see the hair all the time.
Gross.
Like, that's so common.
And someone's like, "Is it a short hair?"
It's the curly hair.
I mean, that
hair, short and curly hair.
That hair is over 40 years old. You should sell it as a variant.
I have the DNA of a Kenner
the factory. It's even more from a Kenner employee.
DNA. There you go.
That's Kenner old new stock.
Well, I don't know if our. Okay, there we go.
Yep.
I've only heard the short V gonk variant.
Just to let you know, Charles just messaged us to tell us that he's not making it onto the show tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Charles. 45 minutes in.
Take your time, Charles.
My phone service is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Well, once I got an onion a peel of an onion inside one of my packages. That was one of the worst ones.
Wait, what?
And someone they had used like the I guess a bag from when they gone to the grocery store, and they peeled part of an onion, so like the backside of an onion was still in the bag that they used for packing their boxes. So the whole thing smelled like pure 3-4 day old onion that gone through the post office. It was awful.
That sounds like a Corey Burnett package job.
It was not Corey.
It was not Corey because Corey loves to do things like that.
No, Corey, you might get a remote, but no onion.
I'll get a box in from him, and it's just candy wrappers and just old garbage, like a soda can. And I'm like, dude, were you drinking a soda before you packed this box and decided you didn't want to throw it away? You just packed it in the box. I'm like, what's going on?
Did it get broke? You know, he may be onto something.
Well, he might. Any other questions, John?
Let's see. Let's see.
Scour the.
Matt found a cockroach in a gas station bathroom once.
Oh, I think we all have, Matt, but thank you for that information.
Brian said he's only heard of the short V gonk from this page.
See?
Yeah,
It's
there
not
you go.
real.
See, John, not real.
Not real.
It's totally real. I remember it a long time ago.
Brian heard of the extra long red rocket.
And then Sean Barrow remembers a story in the 90s of Vinyl Cape Jaw was found hanging in a shelf at a gas station in the middle of the desert.
Really? Wish I had more to that story.
I know, right? But he is short V for life.
I'll be there.
Oh, yeah. Sean is Sean loves the short V. Huge supporter since day one.
He is a huge short V supporter.
I'm just okay for average V.
Well, speaking of weird variants and like prototypes and stuff, have you guys ever been out to the Cincy Museum in Cincinnati that Sean runs?
No, we actually tried to have Ryan and Sean on once, but it just didn't work out scheduling. But we wanted to have him on to actually see it.
Yeah, I was wowed. Like, I knew it was going to be a lot of vintage Star Wars. I had no idea the stuff they had in there. It's like amazing stuff.
Ryan had he gave a tour of his I think it's like his parents' house or whatever, his basement, back a couple of years ago during COVID. I remember
that. Yep.
Watching it. I don't know what page it was on, but he went live and he gave a tour of all the stuff and just the amount of pre-production like machinery even, and just documents and blueprints and all the stuff he had on the wall, and just the ridiculous amounts of mock-ups and first shots and molds and all the stuff that they found is pretty ridiculous.
There's such a prime. I mean, you're right there. I mean,
yeah.
And Kenner Central, so they get so many leads all the time. It sounds like a lot of them don't turn up. Maybe 10 something, but.
Yeah, what's happened now is a lot of people, the market's flooded. So a lot of people have been going up there, or that live there have been, reaching out to the same contacts. And now there's a lot of competition for stuff.
Yeah.
So, most of it goes to other collections and stuff and other pages and all that. And they offer way more money than they're willing to offer for stuff, because this stuff's like, liquid gold now. So
I've seen his videos in the past, and I'm like, the amount of stuff has been crazy. And then you open up, a museum, and I'm like, all right, he has to have so much stuff. I didn't really know what he had until Adam posted like all that stuff. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my God. I was like, I had no idea they had to have that stuff.
Well, there's a lot of stuff in there that you're not allowed to take pictures of, that I couldn't take pictures of. And that was just like, and the reason why, and I get it, is because if you go in there and take pictures of everything, people see what you already have, and you're not going to visit. So they really want people to come and visit, even though it's free. But yeah, the stuff that I wasn't allowed to take pictures of was like, I left there. I told Sean, I was like, man, I thought I had a great collection. Now my collection looks like shit compared to.
Yeah.
So the tours are free.
I wasn't charged anything. I now that I think about it, was I supposed to pay something?
I'm just asking.
I owe you money, man.
IT admins don't pay. Come on.
I mean, it's something that I would love to go see if I'm ever in that area. I would love to stop by and see that.
I just happened to be there on a business trip, and I was like, well, I'm in Cincinnati. I'm going to get there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Navy doesn't send me to Cincinnati, so there's nothing on my own.
Doesn't Sean Burrell live right there in Cincinnati? I think he lives by there. Him and Sam Sams, aren't they like around that area?
Sean lives in West
Columbus,
Virginia.
I think.
Yeah, Sean's in Columbus.
Is he?
Yeah,
close enough.
Yeah, it's close enough.
It's
I mean, how far is it from New York?
I'm sure he's been there.
Well, it's Southern Ohio. It was right on the border of like Kentucky.
Yeah,
I was actually in Kentucky on business.
Go Wildcats.
Been to the basement. So before the museum.
Yeah, but that was with the GIMP.
Yeah.
True.
yeah.
Well, yeah, so just going back to Jeff's collection, for me, I'm shocked he's
Going back?
selling.
Going back?
Well, I never actually gave my answer.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm shocked. I really am. Growing up as a kid, collecting Star Wars. Once like the internet came around and YouTube, I don't know if you guys ever did this, but I would find myself just searching vintage Star Wars and just trying to find things, whatever it was. And I remember coming across his videos in the late 90s, I want to say. He posted like these old videos of his original house before this new house. And I would just watch these things over and over and over again, amazed at the size of his collection, the amount of stuff he had, variations of moths I never even knew existed because I really wasn't on the internet much, and I certainly wasn't on Facebook until not too long ago. I waited to the very end to join. But I was always like, YouTube and searching videos. So I've been following his collection, and we're just paying attention to his stuff for a while. So I remember he did a collection tour during COVID. And I was like, wow, I was blown away because it was the new house and had never seen videos or anything from it. And then the new one I've watched now of him selling everything, I've watched it probably twice already because I like looking at it. It's cool. Like it just, it's cool to watch, but it's like sad. I mean, is the answer, am I shocked? I'm actually more sad.
Yeah. Are there any items that you're eyeing for your collection, or?
I'm not really a mock collector anymore, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, Chris is shocked, but I'm shocked Chris sold all his stuff too.
I didn't sell all of my stuff. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, I sold a lot of it." Yeah, because I didn't feel the need to put it in a bin and just stick it in my attic.
Maybe that's what he's shocked. Maybe that's
it does
what's gonna happen to him.
And that very well could be. But like me, I want to see my collection. I want to look at it. I used to sit in the room and just look around, and that's what brought me joy. When I'm putting the stuff in boxes and I can't see it, it doesn't bring me any joy. That's not joy. And when I'm putting away, a removable rocket Boba Fett that's worth $10,000, I'm thinking in my head, does it need to be sitting in a box, or should someone else get the pleasure of owning it? And that's kind of where I came up with a lot of the higher price items.
I mean, I think I had the same shock when I originally saw that he was selling, but then after like a minute, I was like, I guess everybody sells at some point.
I mean,
I'm not really surprised.
You guys know I take notes of every single thing that I ever buy and the price. And I did this with my first collection when I got divorced in 2000 and whatever the hell it was. I don't remember what it was, 8, 9. I had everything written down of what I paid, and I had everything written down for this one that I paid. So a lot of the pieces of this past collection I still kept because, like, let's say, like, for instance, like an AFA 85 Lando General, right? I was into it for $110, and I had bought mine 7 years ago, and it's new case style. Why am I going to sell it? I'm only into it for $110. I'm not going to sell it. And like a lot of my last 17 stuff, I got them all graded 85. I'm telling you, $100 or so. I paid nothing for them, so I wasn't going to get rid of them. I kept them all. It wasn't really like a loss to me. I paid cheap for a lot of this stuff because I had it for before the boom. But a couple of the newer price items, the higher ones, yeah, of course I got rid of. Just didn't want it sitting in a box.
Sometimes it's sitting on a shelf and you're just like, yeah, I don't care for it anymore. It's not doesn't make me happy. It's not not important that much anymore.
Yeah, well, what's the point of keeping it in a box, right?
The only thing I have on display right now, and I'm dead serious, are my Lily Letty overstock heads. I have my Adam G creation of the Darth Vader alien figure, 2 of them. I have my Prune Face figures, and then Josh Crouch sent me some alien toys, like loose figures, and I displayed them on this little thing, and that's all I have right now, like out to display. And even that is like overrun right now. There's no room for anything. Mm-hmm. And that's my pathetic collection. It's literally on that shelf right there.
Nice. That's so great.
Huh?
It's so great. I can't even see it.
Of course you can.
Here I am. I've run out of room.
That's how small it is. I don't have space. You know, if I'm about to make a shelf up down here in the basement with
Yeah.
3 strong growing boys running around, they're gonna break it.
Yeah.
They're gonna break it.
You're asking for it.
Yeah, they're throwing footballs and shit around
You
here.
don't
all
need
the
to worry
time.
about that. Your wife's gonna put them in the trash.
Well, yeah,
It's got roaches in them.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I can't
Oh,
do
this
that.
one's broken. Sorry.
Roach-infested toys.
I have to watch this one right here. She loves to chew on stuff.
Oh,
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah. She gets really mad when I leave, and so we have a whole thing we have to go through when I leave in the morning. And so if I don't, she will get up on a shelf and she'll get one of Daddy's items that she knows she's not supposed to touch, and yeah, within
Oh.
minutes of me leaving. Yeah.
Where do you keep your collection? Is it in your room or is it just throughout the house?
It's actually most of it's at work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I keep it that way. There's a lot that come through my come there and they get to actually see it. So I've got tons of shelves at work. I have my ERGs here, but that's it, and they're way up high.
She'll find a way.
yeah.
Oh, she's gone up there once, but yeah, no, try to keep it way back, way back. Yeah.
God.
I've seen your collection at work. It's pretty nice. You got all
People love
sorts
to
of-
watch them. They sit there. A lot of people at work have never seen vintage Star Wars, or they've seen bits and pieces of it. Or they remember it from their childhood. They sit there and go, "Is that?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's what that is."
And then
Like-
I had a Boba Fett when I was a kid. It had a removable shooting rocket. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
I had that one.
Yeah, dude. I sent away for it in the mail.
It's always that. It's always that, and it's always yeah, my dad went to the store and bought the blue snaggletooth on the card. I'm like, no, it came in a no. I had a carded version. I know. I remember it exactly. It's like Shane talking about going to the movies when he was 4.
Hey, well, yeah. Does anyone remember the Sears outlet stores?
I do.
Remember the Sears outlet stores?
I do, yeah.
They had, I'm talking about, I really do remember this. They had stacks of cantinas in the Sears outlet store
Oh god!
in the early 80s. Just
Why don't
stacks.
you buy them?
I didn't know anything about it then.
Yeah.
And they're
What were they,
like
$1?
$7 or whatever.
Oh god! Come on! It's so cheap.
Yeah. Well, I was 11 years
It's
old.
more for a small fry.
I was 11 years old.
I get
Where
that.
Charles and
DeLorean. You wait till I get that DeLorean going and get it
You
up to
were
80.
not 11 years old. John, you were 31. You should have bought that.
I was 11 in 81.
I wasn't even born yet.
Neither
I
was I.
was 5.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was 2.
where Charles and I, grew up, there was a Woolworths or a 5 and 10 store originally,
Yeah.
and it was only a block away, so we would walk there all the time. And the only thing that I remember ever going there as a kid was when you went to the cash register, there was just bins, like the iron racks next to the registers, and it was just Star Wars baggies everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Filled to the top with Star Wars baggies. And that's
Remember
all I
what-
ever remember.
I remember going to a service merchandise and there being by the men's clothes a wall of boxed Rancors.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
I remember
Reverse merchandise.
going to what was it? Playworld, Lionel Playworld.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing the dollar Yodas on the peg, like 50-cent Yodas on the peg.
I remember Dollar Migos. I remember Dollar Migos at Lionel Play World.
See, we didn't have that in New York. I don't
Lionel Playworld
ever remember hearing it.
with the kangaroo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and
something I like looking at on some of the carded figures and even just the cards that I have. It's just different price stickers from some places I've never even heard of.
And that's another question is that people get really mad over the price stickers. They don't want to buy a card with price stickers, and I love the cards.
Oh, I love them.
I will specifically buy cards that have certain price stickers. If they have a Lionel Playworld, I don't even have a Yoda with a Lionel Playworld one. So still looking for that. But if I found one, I'd buy it because it brings me back to usually like I remember the stickers and I remember seeing some of those figures and not even Star Wars, but other toy lines, and I'll buy that because it brings me back to when I saw those at the store.
Mm-hmm. I got some that have I didn't know Target was even existed back in the 80s.
No,
I had no idea either until I got Moxon and it had Target stickers on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Hill stickers.
Yes,
I've seen the
I'm
Hills.
a sucker for Hill stickers.
But it's kind of like a lot of people like to collect them unpunched with no price stickers, and technically there's no guidebook that's going to tell you it's worth more money, but people will pay more money to have them unpunched with no sticker on them.
I mean, I get that, but speaking of Woolworths, do you know Woolworths still exists?
Do they?
In Australia.
It's next to Blockbuster.
So does Kmart. Kmart's still open in Australia.
Okay, I know they're all over Australia.
And Woolworths are all over too?
Yep, Woolworths.
Guam has a Kmart.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Going to Guam anytime soon? I got something.
I went to Guam and I bought some Star Wars toys from Guam.
They have snakes in it in the Star Wars toys? There's snakes everywhere in Guam.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like in the barracks over there, it would be nothing to find like browns. They're not.
Yeah, you got to be careful that you don't.
Brown snake or orange snake?
Brown.
They're actually brown. and they're venomous.
And I know the Hawaiians get pissed off because they get on the naval planes in Guam. And then when we land in Hawaii, they get off. There's no snakes in Hawaii, but they keep finding the Guam snakes there. And
I mean, they're very particular about what they let in the island here because it'll kill everything else. But in Guam, I mean, you land a helicopter in a field. Next thing you know, you got 2 snakes in the cabin with you. So you got to be really careful. I actually landed there and I brought a lizard back with me to the carrier. I didn't know it was there until we were like sitting there shutting down. And I grabbed a lizard. I'm like, oh shit, stuck it in a box and died, but whatever.
Oh well.
The brown trouser snake, though, you got to watch out for those.
Brian, quit bringing those back. Brendan, quit bringing those back with you. Gosh. I
didn't know until we were in the middle of the Pacific Ocean that there was a lizard with me.
I want to get back to the Woolworths in Australia. Is it like related to the U.S. Woolworths, or is it like its own separate thing?
It's related, but it's more grocery now, I believe. It's not
so
much a department store, from what I understand.
Yeah, I mean, some of these stores are really weird as to. I know what you mean, Chris. It's like, are they copying Kmart and Woolworths?
Or is it like part of it, like where it grew up here and then it just, it ran its course and now it's somewhere else? Like stuff like that, I'm always interested in. Like kind of like Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers used to be everywhere, and now it's nowhere anywhere by me. There's like maybe one within a 4-hour drive. And I'm always wondering in my head, are they still around, or did they?
Roy Rogers.
You never heard of Roy Rogers?
I mean, I've heard of Roy Rogers, but not like a store.
No, it's a food place. It's a fast food.
No, I've never.
Really? Oh wow. Mm-mm. Roy Rogers was like a McDonald's, like a Wendy's.
Really? You never heard of Roy Rogers?
Mm-mm.
You heard of a Hardee's?
What about
Hardee's? Yeah.
What about Kenny Rogers Roasters? You remember that?
I mean, I've heard of it, but I don't think it was big around here.
Yeah, Kenny Rogers. It's the same thing as Boston Market, right?
It was. No, it was like a chicken place. It was a roasted chicken place.
That and Boston Market, I think, did the same. It was like very similar.
They may have. They may have.
I don't think I've actually seen Boston Market either. Like
Kenny
I've heard of it.
Roasters. It's the wood that makes it good. You don't know about
that?
Yeah,
it's the wood that makes it good. Yeah.
I tell my wife that all the time.
But yeah, I don't think we had any Roy Rogers down south.
You might not. I know there's one in Jersey when we're driving to Atlantic City. I always want to like go out of the way and get it, but for the most part, that's like the only one that I know that's like around us.
Yeah.
But I like stuff like that. I'm always like interested in. I'm like, is it still around? Is it still by the same owner or the franchise? And now it's like Woolworths and stuff. And I'm like, huh.
It's funny, and Sean may be able to attest to this, but Kmart, it was originally called Kresge's. And my grandmother used to take me to Kresge's in downtown Ironton, Ohio, which is near, it's south near West Virginia and Kentucky in that little tri-state area there. But Kresge's became Kmart. And I don't know if there's still a Kresge's around in Ohio, but I think it started in Ohio.
See, stuff like that is what I Google at nighttime before I go to
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah, you're like,
It is.
Nearest Kresge's.
Yeah, Kresge's.
So I know tonight I'm going to be Googling about fucking Woolworths now.
Yeah.
I know they're a client of mine, so I usually don't deal with them because I'm on the opposite side of the ocean. But
Wow.
Huh.
one of our team members, it's over there. They deal with them all the time, and I'll get like some technical stuff that'll come in for them. But yeah, they're still around.
Funny.
It's crazy. No, wait. Kyle just sent us a message. Said, "I hear you can still find Gamorrean guards at Kmart."
Correct.
You probably can.
Go to Walmart and see people that look like Gamorrean guards.
And then Big Woody says he believes Hills was started in Ohio too. I think maybe it was. I know we had a lot in Georgia, Tennessee, and I know there's in Ohio. But every time I hear the name Hills, I smell popcorn, hot dogs, and ices. Just that combination.
Yep.
And cigarette smoke, because you could smoke in Hills at the time.
They had the best displays at the end of the aisle caps.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember seeing the 12-inch Kiss figures when I was a kid.
See, I wasn't born then. I was born in '82. So a lot of these stores weren't like around. So like I remember going into KB late '80s, maybe like '88 or so. I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
And the only thing that was there was Tri-Logos and 2-packs. There was 2-packs everywhere in the late '80s.
I don't remember seeing any of that at KB, but they used to have those big round bins, right, in the front of the store with all
the big round bins in the front of the store. They were filled with the Tri-Logos.
I just remember them.
Tri-Logos and droids.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, like the droids and Ewoks, I didn't grow up with, and I didn't watch the cartoon back then, so I didn't even know about it. So it could have been there, but knowing it was Star Wars back then, I had no idea.
No, I don't remember seeing any of that there, but I remember we had the same thing, KB Toys, but they had other toys in the 2 for $1 bins. And we had Lionel Play World, we had Toys R Us, and that was pretty much it.
We had a lot of Sears, definitely Sears, Toys R Us.
We had Sears.
Ton of Sears.
The toys, I never remember seeing toys at Sears. I mean, it was before my time, I guess.
Sears had a big toy section. I know by us, it was always downstairs. So when my parents used to take us, we used to always beg to go downstairs to go look at it.
Yeah.
No more Kresge's. I looked.
No more Kresge's.
No.
Yeah.
And then Big Woody says Hills was started in Canton, Massachusetts, but it was founded in 1957. Well, it was based in
Ames.
This is the information I like to read. Thank you, Big
in
Woody.
Youngstown.
Ames.
Ames is another sticker I found.
Yes, Ames is another one.
Ames, yeah.
And I'm not
you know
familiar
what?
with it, but I know that name.
Zares. We had a Zares.
Oh, I remember Zares.
Yeah. I guess someone had AFIs on them, actually. That came from Army Air Force Exchange.
Really?
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Got a few of those.
Nice.
I always love finding like weird price tags. So I don't, I understand that people don't want to do, unpunched and no price stickers on there because it looks perfect like it came from the factory. But I love getting some of these old price stickers on there and looking at where they would come from. And
It gives a little bit of a story.
you can identify because you can identify them from parts of the U.S. where they might have come from. Because we didn't have Wayne Gretzky's that are in Florida. So like, a price tag, Wayne Gretzky's. I'm like, it was Edmonton or LA or whatever, like I don't know.
There was a store called Wayne Gretzky's.
Talking about Kresge's.
Kresge's, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Children's
That's
Palace.
the Children's World. I think,
Oh,
right?
Children's Palace. Yeah.
Children's
Yeah.
Palace.
We never had that either.
I think
Never
we
had
had
that
like
either,
one
but
or
I
two of
remember-
them.
I see so many price tags from that place.
Mhm.
This is one that the Adams might remember. Circus World.
Yes.
Circus
Yep.
World.
Circus World was a big
Yeah.
one. The mall that was right near my house in
Mhm.
Georgia.
Yeah, I only know the casino.
Yep.
Yeah, I think there was a Circus World in Kingsport, Tennessee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rome, Georgia.
Circus World Toys. Eastgate Mall, I think.
Riverbend Mall, which is no longer there for me.
Yeah.
I was
Crazy,
really
crazy.
big into the Power of the Force 2 line, so I was too busy riding my bike going to Rock Bottom.
Where?
Rock Bottom? Did you guys have Rock Bottom by you?
It's just a bar. There's a bar
No.
called that.
I think Rock Bottom might have gotten bought out by CVS, I think, if I'm correct. And we had a lot of them on the East Coast, and that's where we used to ride our bikes to go find them because no one ever went there looking for Star Wars.
Yeah,
figures.
me and Chris were the Power of the Force 2 collectors back in the 90s and looking
Yeah.
for that crap, man.
Because that's what I was able to afford when I was 12.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then I started collecting the vintage in the late 90s when I was like 17 or 18.
Well, speaking
Yeah.
of
Rock Bottom, there we go.
CVS, I mean,
Wayne Reed.
the old drugstores like Eckerd's, which they're no longer.
Eckerd.
Yeah,
Revco is another one.
Revco. Yeah. I remember when this is I
Lloyd.
guess toy related, but toy adjacent. But the Death of Superman comic,
Yeah.
I remember.
I went into Eckerd's and they had racks of them, like in the bags, and
Mhm.
I bought them all, and I took them to the local comic shop, and I flipped them for like $10 a piece.
Nice.
I remember when that came out, I want to say there was a white bag and a black bag.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Okay, and I remember I got them. I think it was at a Tower Records. I don't know if you guys remember Tower Records.
Oh, yeah.
either, but okay, I got them at a Tower Records by us. I remember buying them, and then like I tried to do the same thing, but I waited a couple of years, and
Yeah.
I think it was worth pennies after that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Well,
Because,
yeah,
I
I mean, they still are worth penny.
It didn't go anywhere.
No,
Yeah.
no, I
That
bought them
first-
from a comic store, comic shop, and held on to them, and now they're still not worth anything.
Yeah, you had to flip those things when they first hit the shelves because, I mean, they just like
Chris-
flooded the
Chris-
market with it.
Don't feel bad, John was 48, and he knew a thing or two about.
Yeah, I mean, I was probably still 13 at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't even spell comic book, and John was flipping them.
Grandpa Pigeons. I've never heard of that.
Is that an actual thing?
No, I never.
Probably not.
Wrong text chain.
5 idiots talking birds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, speaking of Power of the Force, though, Power of the Force 2, I remember when going to Walmart and Kmart, and even back then, you'd still see Lando 12-inch with dust all over him because nobody wanted Lando 12-inch. They love Lando.
He's
Lando
been,
ain't
yeah.
What's funny is that I just bought a collection the other day, and I was looking through this plastic tote, and there was a lot of Episode 1 stuff in there. And they had a couple of like pins, you know, like the Darth Vader live pins and all that. Well, one of them was Coming to a Galaxy, or I don't remember what it was. I'll probably post it on the page so you guys can see it. But Coming to a Galaxy near you or something like that. And I asked the guy, I was like, "What? Where's this from?" He's like, "That was the pin that they gave me when I went to Toys R Us at midnight to buy Episode 1
Wow.
Hasbro figures."
Oh,
You believe that?
People actually did that?
Yeah, it was a huge thing. People were going crazy over Episode 1 stuff because it was brand new Star Wars, and Episode 1 Hasbro, like the same Power of the Force type looking figures. And apparently they did a big thing at Toys R Us where they opened at midnight to sell those toys.
They did it at Walmart too.
Yeah, that was crazy. Didn't even know that.
I went to Target. I got a bracelet.
Yeah.
But
I,
I was,
had
I was-
the,
oh, go ahead.
I got the Han Solo from the cereal mail away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was it
Apple
the
Hobbit
Jack, I think.
Stormtrooper?
What about
Yeah,
what
Stormtrooper.
about
Kellogg's.
the
Yeah, it was the Kellogg's thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi Ghost
Yeah.
figure.
That was the same thing. I think it was Kellogg's as well. I believe.
And how many proof of purchases did you need to get that? Do you guys remember? Was it like
I think
5?
two.
4,
I don't think it was that many.
Yeah.
I mean, so if it was 2 and a box of cereal was $3 or $4, so let's just say it cost you $8, and then the stamp, they're probably worth $2 nowadays. So it actually lost value.
The Ghost Obi-Wan $12-15, but the
Is it really that much money?
yeah,
I think I sold it on the page for $5.
but the Han figure a couple bucks,
Yeah,
even in the box.
they go good with the Luke figure. So
I was
John was sending in proof of purchases of Red Bulls and ho-hos.
Red Bulls and ho-hos.
I was at a toy store last weekend, and my girlfriend loves, of all the characters, she loves Jar Jar.
Oh my
Loves
god!
man.
Jar Jar. But
Bless your heart.
the good thing about it though is I can get her stuff for super cheap. So I had the guy, like, he had a bunch of like box Power of the Force 2 and episode 1 and some episode 2, and I talked him down to $2.25 per mock. So I got her a whole bunch of mocks. I was like, here you go, honey. She's like, great.
These will be worth money one day.
I was like, do you want to open this one or do you want to keep it in the package? She's like,
The
"Oh, open this one."
episode 1 figures are they're hot right now because all the people that watched the movie back 25 years ago are collecting those figures now.
25th anniversary.
Yeah, I mean, there was a guy that I know from the flea market. He sells all this old Star Wars stuff. Always sells it. And he had a bunch of episode 1 stuff. He was telling me, I sold at the county fair like last weekend. I'm like, oh, how'd you do? Because he also sold at Celebration when he was here in Anaheim a couple years ago, and he had a bunch of the stuff. And actually, Ewan McGregor walked up to his booth and was looking at the episode 1 stuff that he had for sale and was buying it from him. It was insane.
That's cool.
So I asked him, so how's the episode 1 stuff doing now at the 25th anniversary? He's like, dude, it is selling like hotcakes. People love that stuff. Love the episode 1. So you never would have thought, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Adam, you got a good deal.
Yeah. Happens every once in a while.
Yeah.
Gotta stop buying more.
Now, speaking of Jar Jar, my son just showed me because he likes Legos and stuff. But there's a new Lego. I don't know if it's a new movie or there's new Lego sets coming out that has a Darth Jar Jar figure, and it's kind of like
Really?
the way he described it. If you're familiar with like Marvel's What If series, like What If Spider-Man killed Wolverine or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's I think one of the things is what if like Jar Jar was a Sith Lord or something. But there's actually a legit Lego figure of like Darth Jar Jar.
Have you seen the Jar Jar in Carbonite?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. Yeah, like
$400.
more like memes and stuff of it.
It goes for like $400. It's ridiculous.
What?
What is it? Is it a?
What was it released in?
The Jar Jar, it was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, it was Jar Jar and Carbonite. It's like $400. Ridiculous.
The Lego set that Adam's talking about is going to be a Black Falcon. It's going to come with a bunch of like Sith figures. It's going to have Rey as a Sith, and you know, it's going to have a. I think it's also it's got 5 or 6 whatever with it, but it's like, you know, everybody's reversed. Darth Vader's in white, like he was in that one comic series. They made the Black series figure up or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lego's running out of ideas.
That's 2 people now that I know that like Jar Jar Banks.
There you go. Todd even
Charles and Adam's girlfriend.
Yeah.
No, Todd. Todd loves Jar Jar.
Todd,
Have you seen the life-size Jar Jar he has? He's got a
Todd the
life-size.
Bod. Yeah.
I don't know if he's on, but he needs to show us his life-size Jar Jar. He has it in the bedroom. It's kind of.
Well, that's Kyle, because Kyle's been there a lot. He would know.
Yeah, Kyle. Yeah, Kyle can attest to that.
My
It's probably
kids.
Kyle. It's in Kyle's bedroom right now.
We got my kids like it was a plush Jar Jar back when episode 1 was out, and it was probably like a 18-inch or whatever, but it was a talking. They got scared of it because that thing would be up in the closet. Even we're talking years and years afterwards. It would just start talking in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's creepy.
My kids still
Like
talk.
those Furbies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just you hadn't been played with in 2-3 years, sitting on top of the closet, and all of a sudden he just starts laughing.
Mitzel, play with me.
My son, so he just finished pre-K, and they had to like fill out this thing like, who's your favorite person and what's your daddy's name and how old is your daddy and what does your daddy do and all this stuff, right?
Who's your daddy?
bank
What
account?
does he do?
Who is your daddy and what did he do? So he fills out this thing, for me, and at the bottom of the thing, it's actually so embarrassing. I was so embarrassed by it. I told my wife, I go, wow. I'm like, that's so embarrassing. They put like daddy's job, right? And Grayson puts boxes Star Wars toys. That's it. He boxes Star Wars toys. And in my head, I'm thinking the teacher writing this down for him, saying boxes Star Wars toys. Like, what does this guy do? What is this loser? Like, so he came home and he showed me this. Like, Daddy, look. And I go, oh, I boxed Star Wars toys. I go, that's fantastic. I'm like, and then he gives me this Darth Vader like doll that I had bought him. It's like, it's a modern one. And he's like, I don't really like Star Wars, but if you want to sell this, you can sell this. I'm like, thank you, Grayson. I go, I don't really think anyone's going to buy that.
It could have been worse. He could have put like my dad sells adult toys or something like that.
It can always be worse, but
It's like that meme of the little kid, and he goes draws a picture of his mom's job, and it's like she's shoveling, but it looks like she's on a exotic dancing pole. No, honey, I'm shoveling snow or whatever. No,
that's great.
Oh man. Well, guys, I think we should probably wrap this up.
Yeah, thanks for the impromptu invite. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Expect
jumping
more.
on. I mean, seriously.
Are you guys available for the next hour to film some more stuff?
yeah, sure.
I mean, we got Adam on vacation in Florida with his family, and this guy jumps on, and Shane and Charles can't even jump on.
You got a room by yourself? Where is everybody?
Yeah, where is your family?
Where's your family? Are they there?
They're downstairs.
Huh.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time and jumping on
Yeah.
this.
But
You're always the first one we think of whenever we like want someone or need someone on. We're always like, message Adam. Adam.
I'm always down to jump on and act like an idiot for a little while.
Good.
Yeah.
We like that.
I'm good at it.
And definitely thank you to the other Adam for the first time coming on. We definitely appreciate that. Hopefully,
I
it's
don't
the
think that
first of
dog has
many.
moved an inch though.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't moved at all.
We'll try to give you guys a little bit more warning next time.
No problem.
Yeah.
I gave you 2 minutes. It's fine.
We had about as much warning as we did. So
I think it's about time we vote Shane off the island.
You're not the first person that said that.
he's probably watching right now.
No, he's not.
No, he's
He's
not.
not even watching.
He doesn't care.
But that's why we're never going to make it Rogue 6. We don't have to. We can just kick Shane off, and we can just have someone else on. It's still Rogue 5.
That's right. There can only be 5, but it's gonna be like
You can put it on the other coasts. I don't know. As long as you have enough kitchenware to sell on a page, you'll be allowed.
Right.
At this point, I'd be happy if he was selling kitchenware. Just do something, sell something. I don't know.
Sell something. Anyway, guys, it's been great. Thanks to all our viewers tonight.
Yes, thank you to the viewers.
And
Thank you.
keep supporting the show. We're planning to grow this thing. We've got, I guess, officially over 4,000 subscribers now.
Correct.
I think that's pretty good.
You probably lost a few.
4,000 real ones.
4,000 real subscribers.
Real
yes.
subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the ones that people buy. We didn't buy any. You
Yeah.
guys are all real, and thank you for
Get
watching
my
us.
check.
You getting $2?
We'll talk about that later.
You getting $2?
All right. All right, guys. Good to see you. And we'll see you guys Wednesday night for Wednesday's wins and whiffs of the week.
Thank you.
If we're wearing the same clothes, don't think anything about it.
Bye-bye.
If Adam's still on vacation, don't worry about it. He's still there.
On vacation.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.